Boy, another game where the Blue Jays are getting all they can handle.
Running out of time, boys.
Ain't no stopping us, we do the impossible.
This is a well-hit ball to right field, and it is caught! Teoscar Hernandez with a great sliding catch in the corner.
Kevin Gausman loves it.
And Teoscar Hernandez takes him the other way with authority. It's gone!
3-run go-ahead bomb to right field.
The guy who needed a moment certainly had one right there.
Ain't no stopping us, we do the impossible.
Guerrero socks it.
And it is gone! Gone!
And there's that smile that's been missing from Ronnie.
And the Blue Jays will win it.
It was special. We were all happy and we enjoyed it.
Ain't no stopping us, we do the impossible.
Last night, the Blue Jays completed their 70th win of the year. Tonight, in front of some from Cape Breton Island, we present the Jays Care Foundation broadcast auction, with the Blue Jays hoping to sweep away the Cubs. Incredible. You saw them lose all three to the Angels on the weekend. They've won the first two against Chicago. It seems the fortunes of this team changes from day to day, and we're kind of hoping you'll contribute a fortune to help us serve the youth of Canada from a baseball perspective. Hey everybody, I'm Jamie Campbell. Welcome. Joe Siddall and Caleb Joseph have plenty to say about tonight's game, and they will. But first, a word about the importance of Jays Care, a foundation dedicated to making this game available to young people across Canada. Tonight, it's the 14th Jays Care broadcast auction presented by TD. Since 2014, TD has proudly supported Jays Care Foundation's mission of leveling the playing field for young people of all abilities. This year, Jays Care will reach over 45,000 kids across Canada with play-based programs that help develop life skills, provide a sense of belonging, and get kids active. This year, TD, the Toronto Blue Jays, and Jays Care have partnered to create Top of the First, a diversity, equity, and inclusion certificate program for baseball coaches and league administrators designed to increase participation from marginalized groups and address challenges faced by girls, racialized minorities, and youth with disabilities in organized sports. Jays Care and TD are committed to connecting communities through the power of sport and recreation. That's why bobbleheads and autographed memorabilia will support Jays Care Foundation. Now, traditionally, Ivanka Osmak handles the auction, but she's on a richly deserved vacation, so that task is in the hands of a very capable Danielle Michaud.
Well, I certainly hope so, Jamie. I'm super pumped to be here because, like you, I can't echo enough how important the Jays Care Foundation is and all the programs that they give back to throughout the year. So we want you to take part, and man, there is a prize for every single Jays fan out there that you might be interested in bidding on. So how do you do so? BlueJays.com/broadcast auction. And as you see around me, I've got some of them here. We've got a pretty sweet Fergie Jenkins package here, some signed photographs, a jersey. How about be a catcher like Danny Jansen? Who wouldn't want to be Jano lately, the way he's playing in that comeback win just the other night with the walk-off single? These are the kinds of things you can bid on, and even bigger packages as well. Things like go for dinner with Joe Carter. How about golf with Jose Cruz Jr.? Or really cool, I'm going to walk you over here. David Arrigo is currently painting this Bichette jersey live at the WestJet flight deck with me here, and it's been a work in progress since I arrived, and it's looking beautiful. There's another live artist here, Lance, on the other side, doing a 92-93 World Series tribute. So all kinds of things to bid on, including signed baseballs, jerseys, shoes. So get on there and check it out. And as Jamie mentioned, there's ways you can get involved. If, maybe you don't have Buck Martinez Key West type money, you can always buy a sweet Ace bobblehead online. Also, 50-50. It's going to close at a special time, midnight tonight, and I keep my eye on the prize right beside me. We are almost at $400,000. So all kinds of ways to get involved. And again, I can't stress it to you enough. Every single dollar goes to Jays Care Foundation. The auction will wrap up at 9:30. So get on it and watch all ball game long. I'll keep you updated. But for now, let's get you back to Jamie with special guest.
All right, Danielle, I've got an eye on that fishing trip with Buck Martinez. It's currently over $25,000. My goodness, that special guest that you speak of is right here. Robert Witchell is the executive director of the Jays Care Foundation. Great to see you.
Thank you, Jamie.
So this building seats about 45,000 people, and you're telling me that your goal is to serve 45,000 kids across this country. Is that possible?
It is possible, and thanks to partners like TD, Sportsnet, and Blue Jays fans across the country, I think we're going to do that. We have programs for kids who are really facing barriers in their lives. You saw some of it in that video piece. Indigenous kids across Canada, we have over 150 Indigenous communities partnered with. We are working with kids living with disabilities, had a Challenger Baseball Jamboree. I know you've been to a few of them here. And also working with girls. Just yesterday we had over 150 girls from our Girls at Bat program building self-esteem and also using the game of baseball to build confidence and really create a sense of community for girls.
You saw Danielle go over the list of prizes. What are your favorites?
Oh, I'm really liking the Joe Carter dinner with at Barbarians, a classic steakhouse. I'm loving. One she didn't mention, Elton John. You can come here, get a suite for the Elton John concert that's coming up. Another thing she didn't mention that I would love to mention are player recordings. So you can get Alek Manoah, for example, to record a special recording for you. And there are many, many more. Golf with Jose Cruz Jr. That, I think, is a sleeper. He's coach at Rice, I think,
yes.
Right? And so if you have an aspiring young baseball player and maybe need to get in there and get a scholarship type conversation going,
you never know.
Who knows?
Congratulations. Great to see you, Robert.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
All right.
Jordan Romano strikes out Kike Hernandez, and the Blue Jays win it 3-2.
Jordy just really clutch in the 10th.
Guerrero makes the catch, and the Blue Jays win this ball game.
And they got unbelievable pitching from Jordan Romano.
When he's on the mound late in the game, that's the best option for the team.
And another remarkable save by Jordan Romano.
Let's take a look at the save leaders in the American League. So you've got Emmanuel Clase leading off. So there's a Dominican on top, and then a Canadian and an Australian who's married to a Canadian. Romano right there with the elite of the American League, and he's on the mind down at field level of Arden Zwelling.
Thanks, Jamie. We saw it all from Jordan Romano last night, didn't we? 98-mile-per-hour fastballs, sliders anywhere from 86 to 90. The mental approach, seething in the dugout like he's about to fight somebody, that intensity that he brings to the role. Oh, and also Jordan Romano pitching on back-to-back days and getting more than 3 outs. That's so important for him, and that is purposeful from the Blue Jays. They are challenging Jordan Romano with those multi-inning outings. 6 of his 7 multi-inning outings this year have come in the last 6 weeks, and the results are pretty undeniable for Jordan Romano since the beginning of July. He's got a 1.2 ERA. But how about the process? The fastball velocity is being sustained through this challenge of extra work for Jordan Romano. Remember earlier in the year, in April and May, it was dipping a little bit. It was mid-90s. You'll see it here, and look at the way that it has ticked up since those summer months when the Blue Jays gave Jordan Romano some more rest, some time to work out some mechanical tweaks, staying more upright in his delivery, having a better posture, and that velocity has come back. It is going to be so important going into the postseason, and as John Schneider told me earlier today, there's a lot more that goes into that than meets the eye.
He's been, reliable. He's been durable. I think his stuff is kind of ticking up as the season's gone on, and he's really put himself in kind of that conversation of elite reliever, elite closer. He's been phenomenal. The lineups that we've been facing, I think sometimes they're uniquely top heavy, and you want to put your highest leverage guy against those guys. So it may not always be the ninth inning. So that's kind of what we explained to Jordy. He's up for the challenge, and that's a credit to him. It's not easy to do, and I think that I'm sure the cameras have caught him in here in between the 8th and 9th and how locked in he is. But for him, it starts even before the game starts with how he gets himself ready to be in there. You see him pacing around in the bullpen, and he's really doing things deliberately to get himself ready to pitch whenever it is. It's credit to him.
It's a credit to Shai Davidi for joining me here on Field, MLB insider at Sportsnet. Shai, last night with Romano, 16 pitches, 13 of them sliders, and we were talking to him before today's game. That's a pitch he has a lot of confidence in right now.
Absolutely, Arden. It's kind of funny. You were talking about the fastball earlier, and he's throwing the fastball, as you mentioned, harder as possible. And a few of the Cubs players, they wanted to see it, but instead he came with the slider. And over the course of this season, that pitch has evolved for him in terms of he's also throwing that pitch harder as well at times. What he's essentially doing with the pitch is using it to give hitters different looks. At times he's almost using it like a changeup, trying to get early contact with it. You putting it into spots in the zone where he's going to get probably a quick out, but if that doesn't happen for him, then he's got the harder version when he gets to 2 strikes and he's looking to get a strikeout. That might come at a bit of a different arm angle too. It keeps hitters from being able to lock in on one thing or the other, and it keeps hitters from being able to eliminate one of the pitches as well, because it's going to have different looks and it's going to do different things.
Romano told us, Jamie, that when he can locate that slider down and away, he knows it's going to be an out with the defense playing behind him. Doubt we'll see him tonight on a 3rd consecutive day, but he's been doing it all. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. He's got a slider. Our slider's name is Joe Siddle. You saw that in a demonstration last night. And our meeting on the mound has Mitch White making his 5th start as a Blue Jay. The last one didn't go that well against Los Angeles. Luke Farrell is John Farrell's son. He tells me the former Blue Jay manager is now fishing for lobster, or better yet, trapping lobster off the coast of Massachusetts. So White has the assignment tonight to try and help sweep away the Chicago Cubs. We've got first pitch on a night we present the Jays Care broadcast auction coming up on Sportsnet.